when I started sport, I did not have conventional talent. And they all have set goals in life. किसी को IIT जाना है, किसी को engineer बनना है, किसी को IAS बनना है, etc. etc. आप लोग, you are ambitious in your life, you have set many goals in your life, but it is also very important to build friendships. Sport teaches you a lot about discipline. Sport teaches you a lot about teamwork. मैंने qualification round में एक Olympic record beat किया था.
Qualification round में Olympic record तोड़ दिया था. It's an honor to be with you, and I think all of us are very excited here in Kota to welcome you first time.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with all of you today. Thank you for having me here, and I've enjoyed every moment that I've been here, and look forward to this conversation with you.
Absolutely. I like to begin the conversation by identifying talent, because this is Talent X, and we often hear that every child is unique. तो कैसे पहचाने कि एक विद्यार्थी में क्या टैलेंट है, वो खुद पहचाने या कोई उसे बताए?
देखिए, आई थिंक हर इंसान में कोई ना कोई टैलेंट होता है. व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड स्पोर्ट, आई डिड नॉट हैव कन्वेंशनल टैलेंट. जब मैंने स्पोर्ट स्टार्ट किया, एक्चुअली एज ए यंग बॉय, जब मैं छोटा 10-11 साल का था, मुझे स्पोर्ट से काफ़ी नफरत थी एक्चुअली. जब मैं स्कूल में होता था, मेरा एक ही टैलेंट था, टू मिस फिजिकल एजुकेशन क्लासेस एट स्कूल, एंड आई यूज्ड टू कम अप विद द मोस्ट क्रिएटिव ऑफ एक्सक्यूजेस कैसे मिस किया जाए. तो व्हेन आई गॉट इनटू स्पोर्ट शूटिंग, जब मैंने अपने पहले कोच, आपने जिक्र किया ऑलरेडी, कर्नल ढिलन से मैं मिला और पहले शूटिंग सेशन में गया, मुझे तो ये स्पोर्ट बहुत अच्छा लगा, क्योंकि इस स्पोर्ट में थोड़ा बहुत सक्सेसफुल होने में मुझे खाली आई हैड टू रिमेन स्टिल एंड देयर वाज नो रनिंग अराउंड नीडेड. So that was my entry point, but I also had certain talents. My talents were not conventional ki I was athletic. My talent was not that I was competitive. My talent was not that I was so self-confident. You know, these are talents that you associate with athletes. But I had one talent, and my talent was my ability to work hard. My ability to show up every single day to give my best. And that I believe is also a talent. You know, sometimes you can be naturally gifted in a certain way, but अगर वो आप natural talent को hard work से नहीं supplement करें, you will never be able to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. So talent is important, but even more than talent, hard work and the honesty to a goal. We all have goals. You know, I already interacted with all these winners today, and they all have set goals in life. किसी को IIT जाना है, किसी को engineer बनना है, किसी को IAS बनना है, etc. etc. That is wonderful to have. But most importantly is you have to have an honesty towards this goal, because इस goal की तरफ जब आप जाएंगे, there will also be hardships. There will also be failure. But until and unless you remain committed and you remain honest to these goals that you've set out, अगर आप उस honesty के साथ रहेंगे, no matter what the challenge is, then nothing can stop you.
So Abhinav was born on 28th of September 1982. At 18 years, and we come to 2000, when for the first time you went for Sydney Olympics. As a teenager, 18-year-old, how did you see the aura of Olympics?
Okay, when I went to the first Olympics, it was an overwhelming experience. You know, I was like a child in a candy store, because, you know, in Olympics, the aura of an Olympics, पूरी दुनिया के best 10,500 athletes in the Olympic Village. It was a fantastic experience to have. But when I competed at the Olympics in Sydney, I had a good performance. I finished 10th or 11th in that first Olympic experience, and I was just 1 point away from making the Olympic final. So this experience gave me a little bit of confidence कि ये हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ. I need to push myself harder, but this is a stage where I can go and do it. So it gave me a degree of self-belief that, you know, Olympics, कई बार, you know, you get overwhelmed कि Olympic stage कैसे रहेगा, pressure होगा, you know, तब तक Indian, we had not won any gold medal at the Olympics. So history was not with me. जब भी हम जाते थे at the Olympics, you know, before we boarded our flight, we were written off पहले ही only. ये लोग जाने वाले हैं और कुछ नहीं करने वाले हैं. So that was the mindset that we had to encounter, and that was the mindset that we had to work with. But you know, it was a great experience. It was a great experience in in Sydney. मेरे को एक ही story याद है, if you allow me to indulge. You know why, and there's a meaning why I want to tell you this story. You know, Olympics is not just about winning. The Olympics is also an ideology. The Olympics is also about Olympic values of friendship, of excellence, of respect. तो जब मैं पहली अपनी ओलंपिक्स में गया सिडनी में, आई वाज ओनली 17 ईयर ओल्ड. तो जो डाइनिंग हॉल होता है, आई वाज देयर एंड मेरे एक टीममेट होते थे, उनका नाम था अनवर सुल्तान. वो एक शॉटगन शूटर हैं और अभी भी अब कोचिंग करते हैं. तो वी सॉ सेरेना एंड वीनस विलियम्स. वो तो बड़ी स्टार्स थी टेनिस में उस टाइम, ऑलरेडी सुपर स्टार्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. तो हमको उनके साथ एक फ़ोटोग्राफ लेनी थी. तो बड़े डर डर के गए उनके पास कि फ़ोटो लेनी है. उस टाइम जैसे आज फ़ोटोज़ ले रहे हैं, उस टाइम कोई हैंडफोन्स तो थे नहीं, सेलफोन्स तो थे नहीं, मोबाइल्स तो थे नहीं. अब अनवर सुल्तान को तो बहुत ज़रूरी लेनी थी फ़ोटो, पर कैमरा था नहीं साथ. कैमरा वाज लाइंग इन द रूम. तो हमने उनको रिक्वेस्ट किया कि प्लीज़ वी वांट टू टेक अ पिक्चर बट कैमरा इज़ इन द रूम, कैन यू प्लीज़ वेट. तो दे सेड ओके. हमको पूरा यकीन था कि दे विल नॉट वेट. अब विलियम सिस्टर्स अब तो वो चली जाएंगी, उनका आगे स्केड्यूल होगा. तो रूम में हम गए, 5-7 मिनट लगे. वी वर वेरी शॉक्ड कि जब वापस आए, दे वर स्टिल वेटिंग फॉर अस. अभी स्टोरी डजंट गेट ओवर, अभी वेट करिए. तो अब फ़ोटो लेने लगे. तो उस टाइम डिजिटल कैमराज भी नहीं होते थे, वो फिल्म वाला कैमरा होता था. तो अब अनवर सुल्तान के कैमरा में फिल्म नहीं थी. तो अब उन्होंने बोला कि दुकान में जाते हैं इन द ओलंपिक विलेज, देयर आर सम शॉप्स, so we will go to the shop, can you please wait for another 10 minutes. So we requested them and they said yes, okay, we'll wait. At least 20 minutes lage to come back, and we were 100% sure that they would have gone, but they waited for us. And that taught us about, you know, about building friendships, about having respect for each other. And to all of you, there's a meaning behind why I'm saying this, because aap log, you are ambitious in your life, you have set many goals in your life, but it is also very important to build friendships. It is also very, very equally important to build relationships and value them every day.
Brilliant
Value
point.
and respect
Brilliant.
them every day.
Very nice. So you still have that prized photograph with Williams sisters?
Yes, I do still.
You have. Very
Yes, of
nice. I
course.
think that's
I met the Williams sisters recently.
Okay.
Of course, they didn't remember the story, but I will never forget it.
Yes, I think that's a very important point. I mentioned about India's soft power. Sports unite. Sports is very good. So, in addition to academics, while we are excelling in science, engineering, would you encourage everyone to play some physical sport, go out of this world of mobile?
Absolutely. I think maybe for many of you, the ambition is not to become an athlete. And that is fair and that is absolutely okay. But I want to tell you the role that sport can play in each of your life. Okay? Sport teaches you many things. Sport आपको जीतना सिखाता है, but most importantly, sport आपको हारना सिखाता है. And in life, to be able to stand up after loss, to be able to stand up after failure, that pretty much sums up what life is. And there is no better learning but on the playground, about learning to lose, about learning to overcome failure, about learning to overcome disappointments, and keep striving and keep trying again. Sport teaches you a lot about discipline. Sport teaches you a lot about teamwork. Sport teaches you a lot about rules. As a human being, when is the first time when we learn the concept of rules? When we play something. So we learn about rules. We learn a lot about conflict, expectations. You know, there'll be expectations out of you as you grow up. So we learn to deal with external conflict, but we also learn to deal with internal conflict. And sport teaches you all these things, these soft skills, which will have a great, great influence in your life. You know, I keep telling people, you know, all the world's superpowers, economic superpowers, वो स्पोर्ट्स के भी सुपर पावर्स होते हैं. और मेरा यकीन है कि वो इकोनॉमिक सुपर पावर इसलिए बनी है क्योंकि स्पोर्ट हैज़ प्लेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन शेपिंग their society, in imbibing all these values. And more than anything, the health benefits associated with sport. At the end of the day, you may achieve a lot, but if you don't have health, everything is eventual, everything is pointless. And sport, you know, you get into physical activity, In India now there is an increasing, alarmingly increasing number of Indians who are physically inactive. अगर आप physically inactive होंगे, that will lead to diseases, that will lead to health issues in times to come, and that will then have a very bad influence on the goals that you've set, on your productivity. So play a little bit. For मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा आप 5 घंटे स्पोर्ट करिए, आधा घंटा निकाल लीजिए, 20 मिनट निकाल लीजिए. It will have a lot of benefits.
Excellent. So one advice from the Olympic champion Abhinav sir, make sure that each one of us has got some physical activity factored in our daily routine. Let's travel 4 years later, 2004 Athens. Now Abhinav Bindra was a serious contender for a medal. And you already had experience of participating in one Olympics. How was Athens?
So Athens actually was my life's biggest failure. देखिए, in the Athens Olympics, I went into the final in थर्ड प्लेस. मैंने क्वालिफिकेशन राउंड में एक ओलंपिक रिकॉर्ड बीट किया था.
क्वालिफिकेशन राउंड में ओलंपिक रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिया था एथेंस में.
अभी रुकिए, अभी इतनी तालियां बजाने की ज़रूरत नहीं. लेट मी कंप्लीट. सो फाइनल में गया मैं थर्ड प्लेस में. और टू बी ऑनेस्ट, टू विन अ मेडल ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे आई हैड टू शूट 10 वेरी ऑर्डिनरी शॉट्स. हमारा फाइनल 10 शॉट्स का होता है. 10 ऑर्डिनरी शॉट्स अगर मैं शूट करता, मेरा कोई ना कोई मेडल आता. अब यही हुआ कि I shot the 10 worst shots of my life in that Olympic final. Few days after that Olympic final, पता लगा कि जहाँ मैं खड़ा था, there was a loose tile on my platform, जो हिल रही थी every time I picked up my rifle. So of course this was great disappointment. But दो चीज़ें हुई in this great failure of mine, which I think led to success in the future. Number one, and I know there are some parents also in the audience, मेरी मुलाकात मेरी माँ से हुई. I met my mother about 10 minutes after this Olympic final, where my world had collapsed. You know, I was so distressed. I was in tears, almost in tears. I had a brave face, but you know how the emotions would have been inside of me. So my mother told me, you know what, the most you could have done today, आपका bronze या silver medal आता. But you, my son, are going to win a gold medal, and you're going to win a gold medal in 4 years' time. And that came true. And that day I realized, never argue with a mother's instinct. अपनी माँ से कभी argument मत करिए. So that was one learning. But there was a big mindset change also in Athens. I was very, very driven by outcomes. And maybe some of you are also very driven by outcomes. And what changed in my mindset after Athens and Beijing was, I became a person very focused on the process. I became, the journey became the destination. And it was all about giving my best every day, about trying to be better than what I was yesterday, about looking at every little detail that I could fine-tune and I could polish and I could do better. And I became this very process-driven person. I also became very detached from outcomes. I did not need a reminder that I have to win a gold medal every day. That was a goal already set, and like all of you, somebody wants to be an engineer, somebody wants to be an IITian, etc., etc. That's already set. Now, do you really need to remind yourself just 10 minutes before the exam, now everything is going to ride on that? No. What you need to focus is on the process, on how you are going to be able to be the best in those exams. What your strategy is going to be on a day-to-day basis to get there. And that is exactly what I did. And then the outcome took care of itself. But I became a very process-driven person and a person detached from the outcome.
Very nice. So from Colonel Dillon to the German coach, in your journey there ahead of Beijing, how do you see the role of coach?
Yeah. So जैसे आपने बोला, मेरे काफ़ी coaches थे. So maybe I'll talk about one relationship with one of my coaches. उनका actually नाम है Coach Uwe. Coach Uwe Riester. I know ये Colonel Dillon है, but मैं Coach Uwe की कहानी बताता हूँ, because Coach Uwe एक इंसान थे who I truly hated. मुझे बड़ी नफरत थी उनसे. Because Coach Uwe kept telling me things जो मुझे सुननी नहीं थी. Coach Uwe always and always took me out of my comfort zone. कोच उवे मेरे सबसे बड़े क्रिटिक थे. ओके, तो जब ऐसा रिलेशनशिप आए कोच और एथलीट के बीच में, ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, राइट, देयर विल बी टेंशन, देयर विल बी आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. तो बट आफ्टर एवरी आर्ग्यूमेंट, 2-3 दिन के बाद जब थोड़ा कूल हुआ इन्वायरमेंट, माइंड कूल हुआ, आई वॉज एबल टू अप्रिशिएट स्लोली कोच उवेज पर्सपेक्टिव. उनका एक डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू था, पर धीरे धीरे मैं उनका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सोचने लगा, ये क्यों बोल रहे हैं ऐसे. जब आप सोचने लगे हैं कि उनका क्या पर्सपेक्टिव है, उनका क्या थॉट प्रोसेस है, और उसमें भी बहुत वैल्यू थी. एंड मे बी 90% of the things Uwe told me I did not listen to, but the 10 things that did stick ended up becoming the most valuable lessons that he gave me. तो मैं यही कहूँगा आप सबसे, in life you will encounter many people, you will encounter many different perspectives. Some perspectives which will suit you, some perspectives which will gel with your thought process, but there will be perspectives which will not gel with you. But that doesn't mean that perspective doesn't have value. So it is all about respecting a different point of view and learning to be a good listener. आजकल के ज़माने में I think we with attention span is so little, we don't listen. So I just wanted to share this story because this was a very good relationship I had with Coach Uwe. अब मैंने बोला काफ़ी harshly, I used to hate him, but now we are good friends. अब मुझे वो coaching तो नहीं बोलते, बताते, but अब वो मुझे stock market की advice देते हैं.
Very nice. So I think the learning lesson here is, one, make sure that we are active listeners, and two, we should respect another perspective. Now let's travel another 4 years, Beijing 2008. So in 2004, like Abhinav said, in qualification, you had a big high of breaking the Olympic record in qualification, but moments later you realized you came up with 10 worst shots of your career and lost out on a medal. But in 2004, we did have one silver in shooting, courtesy Colonel Rathore. And you betted that, got the gold in Beijing. Run us through that day. 10.7 the first score, and the last score, all of us were very glued, and you scored 10.8.
Well, of course, that was a great day of my career. But the result of that day was not because of that 2 hours of shooting. That result of that day was 15 years of hard work, 15 years of blood, sweat, and tears. 15 years of encountering many failures. 15 years of learning to fail well. When I say learning to fail well, we encounter a lot of failure. Sorry to disappoint, some of you will also encounter a failure, and that is simply part and parcel of life. But it is very, very important to learn from each experience. Okay? It is very important to let go of the unwanted baggage failure brings. Let go of the disappointment that failure brings and get back to work. We talked about Athens and the tile was loose on the floor. जब मैं वापस आया from India in 2004, मैंने सबसे पहला काम क्या किया? I installed a loose tile in my shooting range and I started practicing on it. So it is all about, working hard, and of course that particular day in Beijing was a great day. I was very focused in the moment. कई बार, there was a great amount of pressure, but a great amount of pressure, how does one encounter pressure? All of you will also have pressure, and on that day in Beijing, that was the greatest pressure I had ever. Firstly, you have to accept pressure. When pressure comes, human tendency is कि हमको resist करना है, ये तो नहीं अच्छा, इसको कैसे भगाएं? भगाना नहीं है, उसके साथ जीना है. Because pressure is part and parcel of life, and pressure was part and parcel of that day in Beijing. So I accepted pressure. So that was number one. Number two, I was very, very immersed in the moment while I was performing. Again, in life, what happens in pressure is that sometimes our mind is either thinking of the past, पीछे जो हो गया उसके बारे में हम सोचते रहते हैं, that is nothing but memories, or we are thinking about what the future could hold, and that is nothing but imagination, and we forget about the only reality that is here and now. So what did I do? I remained very, very immersed in the moment. And वो एक दिन में तो आया नहीं, खाली मैं बेजिंग में गया, अब ये कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ तो नहीं, वहाँ सुबह उठ के हो गया आज मोमेंट में रहूँगा और वो हो जाएगा. This was practice. This was about making it a way of life every day. In whatever I did, whether I was talking to somebody, I remained present. Whether I was drinking a glass of water, I remained present. Whether I was eating food, I remained present to that moment. And by practicing mindfulness, I developed the skill in mind to be able to remain present. And that allowed me to be the best that I could be. That allowed me, after the worst 10 shots in Athens, to be able to shoot the 10 best shots of my life in the next Olympic final.
Very nice. Very good. That's a very inspirational story. But like you said about physical education classes up front, in our times also in school we had physical education. But the more and more we hear your story, more than tandurusti, which is very important, it's about mandrusti. Do you think high time in school, colleges, institutions like Ellen, we all focus more and more on mental education?
Well, absolutely. I think, mental health, for example, is a very big topic these days. And I was just talking, I also had my challenges because one of my challenge was because for many, जब मैं outcome driven था, right? I was an outcome driven person for a long time. मैं एक equation में believe करता था, and वो जो equation था was a gold medal is going to equal happiness. Okay? उस equation के साथ तो कुछ आया नहीं. फिर मैंने अपना equation बदला. I made happiness my gold medal.
Wow, happiness
then-
is my gold medal.
And then things started to change. Because yes, we all have big goals. I also had this massive goal. I want to win a gold medal at the Olympic Games. It's a big goal to have. And especially in the 90s when I had started, it was a very big goal to have.
Yes.
But now this goal was not going to be achieved in one day.
Yes.
It was going to be ups, there were going to be downs. So I also had to find joy in the effort that I was putting in. I had to find joy in the smaller goals that I set. I had to also find happiness in the smaller things in life. And when I started to do that, I was just able to perform in a much, much better way. So to all of you, you will also have many goals, but don't make happiness the end result of that goal that you've set. If you remain happy in whatever circumstance, if you remain happy every day in the little things of your life, you are going to only maximize your chances of trying to achieve the larger goal.
Very nice. We've got a sample gun here. If you can help us and tell us more about.
This is not my gun. This is a pistol. So I don't know anything about this weapon that you have very nicely got, but I'll try.
I will open this. Meanwhile, tell us more about your sport. 10-meter air rifle. 10 meter we understand is the distance to the target. What's special about air rifle?
देखिए, it is a simple sport, 10-meter air rifle. You have a target and you have to hit the center of the target. The only problem is that the target is very small. The target is the size of a full stop, 10 meters away, and you have to hit it every single time. So that is the challenge in this sport. You have to do it every day. There's no room for imperfection. There is no real room for a mistake in the sport. So that is the challenge. The fight in this sport, you are of course competing against people and against competitors.
Yes.
But जो सबसे बड़ी लड़ाई होती है is from within. The battle is from within yourself. To be able to find that balance, to be able to find both balance in mind and the balance in body, to be able to deliver.
Yes.
प्रैक्टिस में करना बड़ा आसान है. इट इज़ अ वेरी, ये जो स्पोर्ट है एक बहुत ही अच्छा स्पोर्ट है, मेडिटेटिव स्पोर्ट है, पीसफुल स्पोर्ट है इन प्रैक्टिस. बट कंपटीशन इज अ टोटली डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड. Competition is a volatile word.
Yes.
Competition is rough.
Yes.
Because बड़े अच्छे में आपका हार्ट रेट प्रैक्टिस में बड़ा कामली 50 बीट्स पर मिनट रहता है एंड बड़ा मेडिटेटिव अच्छा फीलिंग आता है. कंपटीशन शुरू होता है वही 50 की हार्ट बीट 150 पे पहुंच जाती है एंड यू आर नॉट मूविंग. आप हिल भी नहीं रहे हैं. सो दैट इज द बैटल दैट यू हैव टू फाइट. सो दैट सम्स अप माय स्पोर्ट.
Absolutely. But I think one thing Abhinav has done, even during your playing days, you went to South Africa to get your brain mapping done. Even in archery, we have seen when the archer is trying to hit the target, they do tell the vital statistics. So do you think in terms of understanding brain health or our own anatomy, technology can help?
Yes, absolutely. And now the role of technology in sport is increasing many-fold. आजकल तो बहुत चर्चा है on artificial intelligence, and AI is also now coming into play in sport to a great degree. I'll tell you a few instances how AI is contributing to sport in the area of talent identification. You had started the conversation with talent ID. So AI is now being employed on doing mass talent ID, doing battery of tests, and then leveraging on the power of AI to do analytics, to find ways to find the right talent. बट उसकी भी एक लिमिटेशन है. इट कैन हेल्प यू बट इट कांट सॉल्व एवरी प्रॉब्लम. क्योंकि अगर मुझे एज अ 10-year-old 11 साल का जब मैं था, अगर मैं एक AI का टेस्ट करता, मैं तो कभी मैं तो हर टेस्ट फेल कर जाता. मैं तो कभी स्पोर्ट में जाता ही नहीं. तो हार्ड वर्क कैन नेवर supplement any talent ID, but it has certainly many positive effects. Then AI is coming into play in sports, in refereeing, in judging, especially in sports like gymnastics, in diving, where body mechanics, जैसे आपने कहा, has a very big impact. So the AI can really sometimes better than what humans can do. So it is coming in there. Then broadcasting में AI का भी बहुत इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. Because जब आप एक Olympics में जाते हैं, there are 206 countries taking part. So in earlier days to create content for particular markets or particular countries, time लगता था. Now with AI being employed, 15 minutes में एक बड़ा अच्छा video बन जाता है, or even less, and then there can be very customized content being available to them. But also there are areas where technology is being used for injury prevention, to map an athlete's recovery, how athletes are sleeping, how rested they are, because that has a very direct impact on performance, but it can also help prevent injuries. So sport, yes, it is very scientific in nature, technology driven, and that is the X factor.
Okay. So after 2008, once you were the first Indian to win individual gold medal for India, all eyes were on you for the next decade. Commonwealth Games, Abhinav Bindra was the flag bearer, also won gold in his 10-meter air rifle. 2012 London Games, expectations were high, Abhinav didn't win a medal. 2016 you missed it by a whisker. Share that decade, particularly the 4th place finish at Rio, whether it's you or even you talk about Paris, Arjun Babuta, go back, Milka Singh, PT Usha, 4th place finish is a heartbreak.
As they say, it is the worst place to be in sport, 4th place. But मुझे इतना heartbreak नहीं लगा. मुझे इसलिए heartbreak नहीं लगा क्योंकि what do athletes, this was going to be my last Olympic Games. पहले ही decide कर दिया था कि this was going to be my last Games. And everybody बोलते हैं, you want to end on a high, you want another medal. But what are we craving for even more than that? We are craving for an absence of regret. कि जब हम एक चीज़ छोड़ें, हमारे पास कोई regret नहीं होनी चाहिए कि शायद अगर मैंने ये कर लिया हो तो मेरा अच्छा result होता है. And I had a complete absence of regret. So that was a very great closure I had to my sports career. But what you are talking about is a decade where maybe I can share with the audience is how does one learn to deal with success? Because all of you, आपका success भी होगा, and आप अभी तो सोच रहे होगे success बड़ा अच्छा है, but मैं आपको ये भी warn कर दूं that when you have success, that also is a crisis at some point of time. Success also has its own set of challenges. What are the challenges associated with having success? When I had my greatest success, there was a void created by the success. I had a lack of motivation. जब हम successful होते हैं, what we feel is हम एक peak पे चढ़ते हैं, okay? फिर human nature होता है कि हमको अब अगले peak पे जाना है, and we want to jump onto the next peak. But there is nothing called jumping onto the next peak. आपको जो आपने peak चढ़ी है, पहले you have to climb it down, and then step by step work your way to the next peak.
But it's human behavior. Many of us would not like to climb that
No,
peak.
because when you are successful, you also become a little defensive. It's human nature. And when you become defensive, then you tell yourself कि अब मैंने ये किया और मेरे को success आ गया. अब मुझे यही repeat करना है और मेरा दूसरा success भी आ जाएगा. And that is a big mistake that you will make because many things are changing. And you have to keep that into consideration. Number one, the environment around you will change, competition will change, training methodologies will change. But more than that, you as a person will also change. Your personal motivations will also change. Your perspective to life will also change. And you have to continuously adapt to changes. And lastly, it is about embracing change. Because when we are successful, sometimes change is not comfortable. When we get, हम करते हैं coach, we get comfortable doing things a certain way. And we don't want to change because it takes us out of our comfort zone. But when you're, the people who have the courage to change, when things are even going well, they are the ones who are able to sustain success the most. So those are a couple of things I wanted to share.
Brilliant.
About.
With your permission, I'd like to take 5 questions from the floor. They're very keen to ask you. So I apologize, only take 5 questions. Just raise your hand and please ask your question. This is a great moment where you can ask question to the Olympic champion himself. Yes.
This is Ritisha from Udaipur, Rajasthan. I wanted to ask you that you've already have a feat of gold medal in Olympics in your sport. So what next do you achieve? Do you aim to achieve rather than being a gold medalist already?
Thank you.
Well, I have great motivation in trying to empower other people. I have great motivation in trying to help other people. To help create other winners. So that is something which I dedicate a lot of my time to. I run a foundation which works with athletes, which work with young children, it works with youth, and that is something I really enjoy doing. It is, sport gave me a lot in life, and I find it very, very meaningful to try and do something to give back to society, to try and give back to my sport. So that is something which I spend a lot of my current time doing, and that is something which gives me great amount of satisfaction, great amount of fulfillment, and at times even more happiness than winning a gold medal.
Thank you, Bhai. I can tell you that this year, Abhinav was conferred Olympic Charter, a huge honor by the International Olympic Committee. He is also the member of the Athletics Commission to voice the concerns of athletes. Yes, please.
Myself, Devansh Jain from Rawat Bhata. Abhinav, you are a shooting player and it needs a lots of concentration. When your adrenaline level is going so high in front of the whole country, how do you keep up your concentration in such conditions?
Good question, very good question. I think there is, firstly you have to accept it. As I told earlier, when the adrenaline goes high, when the heart rate goes high, and when you are feeling this chaos inside of yourself, firstly you have to step back and say, okay, it's there, we can't do anything about it, let's work with it. Very important, I think, is to focus on your breath, because when you are able to have some focus on your breathing, you are able to bring your mind to this present moment. When the adrenaline comes, jab adrenaline aata hai, what happens is the mind wants to race away, and the mind wants to, bade thoughts aate hain, the mind gets distracted. But the most important thing in pressure, as you call it, adrenaline and this and that, is the person's ability to reorient yourself to the current moment. And how do you, the best way to reorient yourself to the current moment, when you have this adrenaline, when you have this rush happening in your body, is to focus on your breathing, because that breath reorients you to the here and now. When you are reoriented to the here and now, when your mind is refocused to the current moment, then you are again focused to give your best. You're able to focus on executing your skill. You are able to execute what you have worked towards. So that is the strategy that I always employed, and that is something that kind of worked for me.
And I read somewhere, Abhinav, that when you were shooting, even in the finals, you do what is known as a micro yoga, just concentrating on one breath and then the next shot. Is that true?
That is correct, yes.
Very nice. Next question.
Hello sir, I am Dhruv Borse from Nasik, Maharashtra. I want to ask that what should the players of India do to achieve more medals in the Olympic Games?
Well, I think firstly hard work. They should continue to work hard. They should continue to, I think what is very, very important, what I keep telling athletes in India, is to develop self-awareness. One has to become a very self-aware person. What do I mean by self-aware person? By really understanding your mind, by really understanding your body, and to develop an ability to prevent mistakes. When you have awareness of yourself, when you have supreme amount of concentration to be present in the current moment, you suddenly develop the ability to prevent things from going wrong. When you do not have a high degree of self-awareness, then you only become a very reactive person. You react to situations when things have already gone away. And the Olympics is such an unforgiving event because it comes only once in 4 years. There are so many athletes who take part in it, best of the best from the whole world. And the ones who are just able to prevent small mistakes from happening are the ones who are able to actually stand on the podium. So that is the advice I give to athletes.
Thank you very much. Fourth question.
Yes, I am Adhya Paul from Mumbai, Maharashtra, and I have a question that why did you choose like shooting only? If you ask anyone about to name any sport, so common answers would be football, cricket, etc.
The problem was I hated all of them. The problem was I was such a fat boy who hated any kind of movement. And then suddenly I found a sport where I didn't need to move. So I fell in love with this sport. So that was the entry point.
Why didn't you choose archery or table tennis?
Because I met my first coach, Colonel Dhillon. And that was the entry point.
Okay, yes. Final question. Yes, please.
Hi everybody, my name is Pratik Parida from Bangalore, Karnataka. How do you maintain sustainable success in this competitive world?
Well, I talked about it a little bit. I think you sustain success by keep reinventing yourself, by by being open to change, by remaining adaptable, by having the courage to continue to take risks, having the courage to take yourself out of your comfort zone all the time, and the ability of a person to remain focused and having that drive and desire and that hunger to keep succeeding. I think these are factors which all contribute to sustaining success. Being successful once is one thing, but then to continue to be successful is a completely different ballgame. So a few elements of all these elements that I talked about, if you focus on that, I'm sure you'll be able to sustain success for a long time.
Well, let's have a round of applause for Abhinav sir for answering all your questions. We've got some youngsters waiting. I'll come to them in just a bit. Just final round. In shooting, we got the first silver in 2004. Then you got us gold in Beijing. 2012, we had 2 medals. Vijay Kumar and then Gagan Narang giving us bronze, but then drought for 2 times. This time we had in pistol, Manu Bakar, couple of awards, and one with Swapnil Kusale. How do you see evolution of shooting in Olympics? Can we expect more in Los Angeles 2028?
Well, I think shooting is developing tremendously. We talked about how 16,000 athletes take part at the nationals, so there's a great amount of depth of talent in this sport, and I have no doubt that, we will continue to win medals, we will continue to become stronger, and we'll continue to develop. Of course, there will be competition from different parts of the world, and we have to continue to keep improving our own systems, keep improving our own training methodologies, and I'm sure that there will be continuous focus. But the positive thing is that there is a tremendous amount of talent which is available in the sport of shooting.
And India is also bidding for 2036 Olympics. All going well, we should have Ahmedabad host 2036 Olympics. Do you think that will be one big event and perhaps very good for sports?
Absolutely, and I hope that, on the back of that bid, and hopefully we'll be able to win that bid, we should be able to change how sport is perceived in this country. We have to, we all talk कि हमारे तो जी खाली 7 मेडल आते हैं, इतना बड़ा देश, 1.4 बिलियन पॉपुलेशन, आपका भी सवाल यही है. पर मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछता हूँ. What is the playing population of our country? How many of us actually play sport? अगर आप मुझे वो नंबर बताएंगे तो ये 7 मेडल तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं हम. So what we have to do in that bid is that we have to give more opportunities to our youth, to our young people to experience sport, not just experience sport for becoming Olympic champions, but experience sport for the sheer joy of of playing sport, for building character through sport and becoming healthier through sport.
Just final round. We know Abhinav Bindra, the shooter, outside shooting. What are you as a person, your likings, dislikings, your favorite travel destination, your favorite food? Do you like
I love
music?
food. I'm a foodie. I spend all my money on food.
Have you tried kachori of Kota?
नहीं आज करेंगे.
आज करेंगे. एक और सवाल.
मुझे जाने दीजिए तो.
एक और सवाल. वो जो पूछ रहे थे क्रिकेट, फुटबॉल, आप एडवर्टीजमेंट में ज्यादा क्यों नजर नहीं आते?
अगर कोई देता ही नहीं है तो मैं कैसे करूं?
और आप पर हम पिक्चर कब देखेंगे? हमने आपकी ऑटोबायोग्राफी तो पढ़ी है, शॉर्ट एट द हिस्ट्री. व्हेन कैन वी सी अ बायोपिक ऑन योर लाइफ? इट इज सो इंस्पिरेशनल.
होपफुली सून, बट अगर बननी चाहिए तो ढंग की बननी चाहिए, नहीं से मैं तो बहुत बुरा लगूंगा. तो यू वन थिंग फॉर श्योर इज आप मुझे नाचते हुए तो देखेंगे नहीं. Let's see.
Which actor will play your role?
Nothing decided as yet.
Nothing decided. Well, Abhinav Bindra, speaking to you and every word of you is so inspirational. I think it will help each one of us improve our personality for better. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.